Hey, I know your boy's been sick for a little minute. I've been gone, but I'm back. Now let's get into it.
Warning, what you're about to see may contain spoilers. If you don't want to be spoiled, I advise you leave, go watch or read, come back, finish the video, comment, and enjoy. Peace.
Hey, what it do, man? If you already didn't know me, it's your big homie, Tesmo Gizmo, back covering Chapter 8 of Eden Zero, Clash, the Sibir Family. When we open up into the actual chapter, we see our bunny waitress explaining to the gang she knows where the Sibir hideout is, but for them to stay out of his way. And then we get to see Shiki, Rebecca, and Happy in some sort of race through the streets trying to actually get to the location. And Shiki's like, you know, you can let me drive. And Rebecca reminds him, you crashed our ship. Like, we know Shiki is not allowed to drive. He can't drive and or pilot yet. We'll just say yet. I'm pretty sure he'll learn how to pilot it. Then Happy's like, you have a plan, Rebecca. We're going up against a lot of guys. And then she's like, yeah, Shiki will take them all down. And Happy's like kind of confused, like, that's your plan? She's like, of course, I'll do what I can to help, but they have to believe in Shiki's strength, which I'm not mad at, but I kind of am. I want to see them be a little bit more on their own rather than relying on Shiki for the most part. But as it is now, we can't really complain. They're just gonna rely on my mans. And Shiki's like, you know, you can rely on me, you can count on me. When my friends believe in me, I never betray their trust. It's like, we're gonna go back and get Pino, and they're all excited to go get Pino. So, you know, you just see them whooshing off, or just revving up the car a little bit more, however they're getting there. Then we see the abandoned factory where the Sibir family is hiding out and where they already have all the gang members captive. And so we see Sibir and Pino face to face, and Sibir's like, okay, we got to get to work, Scrap Metal. You got to be punished for running away from me. And Pino's like, I didn't run away. That accurate description in my case was stolen with me inside. You know, like, she didn't run away. Like, that's just bull. And then we see Wise in the background like, so it's my fault? Yes, Wise, it is exactly your fault. It is all of your fault. And Sibir's like, you want me to tear that other leg off so you can't run away again? Do you? And the little bird, yo, I wonder when we'll ever learn what this bird's name is, or if we actually will get a name for this bird. I'm just, you know, gonna call him the voice of reason. And Pino's there kind of shaking and like, you know, please don't. And they pan down to her little screw leg, and Wise is just like, you can tell it's eating them up alive. And so Sibir's like, you're gonna make sure you never forget. I'm gonna make sure you never forget what happens when you disobey me. Here goes the other leg, and he's actually gonna pull off her other leg. Like, dude is so jacked. Pino doesn't deserve that. And then out of nowhere, a random thwap comes in and hits Sibir right in the chin, and the rest of the crowd's like, just gasped and taken back. And as Pino's getting ready to fall, we see Wise come up from behind and catch her, trying to be all Mr. Smooth and flamboyant. And then he's like, Wheeze, you little... So the traitor waltzes back in, hey, and the rest of the group's like, so you got a death wish? And Pino's like, you're the man who, sorry, but I stole the droid fair and square, says Wise, and now it belongs to me. I know very well that this money-making machine, it will be wasted on you. And you just see Sibir just getting more angry and frustrated. He's like, you little brat. And things are starting to rumble around him, and then out of nowhere, crash. Our other three heroes bust in to save the day as the rest of the group is just looking like, what? You see all the glass getting ready to fall, and Sibir's like, what? And then Wise is like, damn. And the rest of the group's like, oh man. And Shiki's just like, you know, give Pino back, which that's why they all came there. Well, that's why those three came there. We don't know what Wise came for, but Wise is Wise. He's got his own agenda. And Shiki, Rebecca's like, Shiki, he's like, yep, I'm already on it, activating the Aether gear. And then he uses gravity wave, which then has everyone whirling and twirling, and they're being pushed and dragged around in different directions. And that allows Shiki to basically line everyone up and just, you know, with a quick punch here, punch there, thwap here, whoa, just all kinds of, you know, Batman sound effects you would usually hear just going on in this panel. And then the Gravity Fist Frenzy, which we get the name of the actual move. I'm not mad at it. It's easily self-explained, but it's still cool. I mess with it. So we see all the assailants getting pushed all to the backs of the walls. Some are falling on the top of their necks. And Sabir's like, who is this guy? And here comes Rebecca. That's our Shiki. And we see Wise, you know, revving up the little vehicle as Rebecca's like with the big bugged eyes like, what just happened? He zooms away and he's like, you kids have fun. And she's like, Professor. And he's actually sitting on Happy. He's like, you're sitting on me. And Rebecca's just like, Happy? So Shiki and Wise lock eyes, and Wise is like, later, I'll be taking Pino. And then Happy's still like, you're sitting on me. And, Rebecca's like, Shiki, Happy and Pino. And Shiki's rolling up his sleeve like that thieving professor. But kind of like clicks, he's, activating something. And we look up in the next panel, we see there's something big headed towards the ground there on everybody. It looks like they're going to get squished. But, in true hero fashion, Shiki pushes Rebecca out of the way, and we see my man get thwomp. That's the sound effect we hear. Thwomp. Basically, it seems like my man got squished. Looks like Shiki got squished, and Rebecca's there kind of just frantically, in denial, like this couldn't have happened. And then we see two shadowy figures come out of nowhere like, I'm going after Wise. These were the Foot brothers who were actually spoken of by Wise in previous chapter. And Rebecca with her ear to the big heart heavy objects like Shiki's like, you're alive, aren't you? Come on, use your gravity to make it lighter. And the Foot brothers actually creep up behind Rebecca, and he's like, that was a wonderbar show, ja. Like, I think the Foot brothers, I think that's how you say it, Foot. The Foot brothers might be the, what's the best way to say it? I could be very, very wrong, but I want to say they're German. I honestly, in my heart of hearts, want to say these two dudes are German. Just from the way I read that, I could be wrong though. I just want to say, please, any German listeners, if you may happen to know German or anything, correct me if my sounding's off, but let's get back into it. So we see the taller Foot brothers like, yes, what a pleasant tale. See, he has an actual normal accent, so what's up with the other guy, I'm assuming? And Rebecca turns around, like, who are these guys? And the black-haired brothers like, we are the right-hand men to great Sibir. And just old boy with the tall stalk on his head's just like, yes. And then they randomly clap their feet, and even Rebecca's looking really weird, like, what in the what? Like, I'm confused to it as well. Like, it's like, what kicks so shocking is a silent screaming child. And then they strike a pose. We are the iron-legged Foot brothers. I won't hold you up though, their leg designs are kind of cool. I like the bigger brothers. His shin design looks way cooler than the other brother. So Shiki, please answer me, Rebecca says. A couple of weirdos want to pick a fight, and they're just like, huh? Say, was that not much of a reaction, ja? He's like, what do we do, my brother? Sentence her to the Savet. I don't even know how to say that. Sentence her to the Savet. Wait, yes. We'll sentence her to an axe kicking. There we go. So I think maybe the other brother doesn't want to showcase his accent, but he's got an accent. And then the next panel, we see Sibir back in his giant mech chasing after Wise. He's like, great, that's the newest model of Night Gear. So it's called Night Gear. We learn what those big mechs are called, Night Gear. It's an older model, according to my data analysis, says Happy. Shut up, future cat. So, I have a job to do for Master Sibir, says Pino. Why would you listen to that guy? Just, run away, we'll help. And Wise is just like, don't think about it. This thing is mine. But Pino, in her frantic state with tears in her eyes, is like, I have to, do my job or everyone will. And we get back to seeing Shiki. Looks like Shiki didn't get squished, but he got knocked further down underground. And looks like you see a bunch of scrap all in the different panels. It's dark, not much light. Shiki gets up and he's kind of just like, ow. It's like, looks like I fell pretty far. And then he's looking around and notices something. And it's a robot, a scrapped robot, but it looks so familiar that it causes Shiki to flash back. And we see in the panel Shiki when he was younger, and Michael, one of the bots that we saw that was with his grandfather, the Demon King. And Shiki there with tears in his eyes is just left looking